Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. My name is Abdullah Al-Gizi, Southern Technical University of Iraq, Sikar Technical College, Head of Department of Electromechanical Engineering. Our topic for present is PLC Fuzzy PID control of the maximum power point tracking of the solar energy converter. Abstract. We are developed the maximum power point tracking schematic of the solar and the rectifier remained interesting, and this was widely design of the high sensitive fuzzy PID controller and implemented of the maximum power point tracker to improve the quality and rectifier system and also the charging and discharging ability. The proposed technique is founding systematic by radial base combination of the radial base function neural network and genetic algorithm and fuzzy are combined together to formulate to generate the fuzzy PID parameter for the PID parameter, and that is used the high sensitive fuzzy PID controller to design the high fuzzy PID controller that implemented the maximum power point tracking for improve, and also transfer this implemented with the experimental by using the PLC step 7 5.5, and this technique is portal envelope and it transfer from the MATLAB to PLC to implement the experimental setup. After we implemented this technique, the hybrid control configure control that is interacted, thereby reduce the voltage error and oscillation in terminal voltage control process. Also achieve the system administrated to a high efficiency and robust, improve the solar charging and the rectifier capacity. The keyword genetic algorithm, high sensitive fuzzy PID, high sensitive PID controller and maximum power point tracking, and PID controller, PLC proportional PID and proportional PLC program logical controller and radial based function network and fuzzy. The highlight, we designed the high sensitivity of the fuzzy PID controller that implemented from MATLAB to PLC program logical control for the set point of the maximum power point tracking. This proposed technique are mixing for the different technique, radial based function neuron, genetic algorithm, and fuzzy. And this parameter of the PID control are generated from the genetic algorithm, enhancing by the radial based and implementing the PID controller by using the PLC controller. A high sensitive PID controller is further designed to transfer PLC to implementing the photovoltaic PV system. Automation control in general systems are widely used in the science and the technology. The typical hardware devices and the engineering control is a program logical controller and also remaining in the serial system call of the Simulink subsystem of the MATLAB, and also step 7 5.5 implemented PLC and the control. This is a control giving the improvement of the ability for the major challenge in the compound system that extreme non-linearity and interaction between the control loop and making the modeling difficulty to implement the system, so that our methodology for the generated the PID parameter that using for the design the PID control to implement the maximum power point tracking for the solar voltage system. We are depend on this flowchart, and this one when you the parameter of the solar company are used tuning with the genetic algorithm to get the PID controller parameter. The PID controller parameter are enhancing by radius based radial space function neural network to gated the enhancing the parameter of the BID controller and adjustment for fuzzy rule KB, KD, KBI for the proportional integral derivative BID controller of the fuzzy, and that depend on the parameter. This setting is depend on a parameter of the solar system. So after that we will design this PID control by using the MATLAB and the transfer from the MATLAB to PLC by using the step 7 5.5, and so that they implemented the experimental setup to get the results and implement it to test it under experimental test. So the result will be getted for the KB, KD, parameter that getting from the implemented the genetic neural genetic algorithms and enhancing the biradial based function neural network are collected together for fuzzy rule for the KB, KD, KI using the above approach will be explained now, and this collected depends on the loop iteration 15 iteration for the genetic algorithm, and after that enhancing by radial based function neural to collect the parameter of the BID, and that used for the design the BID control to transfer from the MATLAB to PLC by using 7.7 step 7 5.5 to transfer to implement the experimental setup. And this BID controller, when it transfer the design by MATLAB to PLC, is implemented the PLC system as shown in this FPGBID high sensitive fuzzy BID for network 2. We are after the implemented the system and the tested under the experimental setup, we see the resulting. We collected this result. So the comparison of the overall methods between the fixed and the tracking with the Arduino and the tracking with the new BID controller, so that we know this the voltage terminal voltage is we gated the good terminal voltage compared with the better than another technique fixed and tracking with the Arduino. Our technique is better than, and also the battery charging voltage for the overall technique of the fixed also will be tested, and tracking voltage for the 1A3P BV for the reference one, and the flow with our technique high sensitive fuzzy BID controller. We know that our technique for battery charging, we get the good result compared with another technique, the fixed and 1A3BV technique for the another reference, having the good response and the good battery charging and good terminal voltage stability. When you tested our technique with the long-term test resulting also 1A3P and PV and fixed, and our technique a long-term for test, we found our technique is good, also the better than the other, and the power generation by the kilowatt in day. Also, the compare the efficiency of the proposed PV testing with the other technique, with our technique, and also we now know we get that the result, the efficiency having for our technique is better than all other techniques are compared with. For example, the red line having the good efficiency, and also compared with the fuzzy logic based and PSO and neural network also technique, this one, and our technique red line is the better for all by efficiency. The conclusion for our paper that the novel solar system is a project that applies to improve the energy achievement of the solar power plant. This dual axis tracking and achieving of the high energy giving region and offer the uh, most of all, moreover, the resulted expected data is fit whenever the PLC and the fuzzy PID controller hardware fitting the carry out the configuration for the interacted that our technique is give more improving the efficiency of the system and charging for the battery and also the stable voltage stability and improve the efficiency technique the proposed technique of the solar energy have improved the achieve the overall increase by efficiency 10 percentage or 15 more than fixed or PV system by the charging and the efficiency and also the achievement system is administered to be efficient and robust, improving the solar charge and rectifier capacity. Thank you very much.